What's up, everybody? Freebooter here, and this is what I sold during the weekend. It was actually a pretty slow weekend. The previous 2 weeks, or I should say actually the previous 3 weeks, I've done close to $600 or over $600 the previous 3 weeks. So it's because I have not been listing as much. I actually had a disaster with my inventory. I lost an item, and I spent like 2 whole days just rearranging all of my stuff. So that was a huge culprit in why I just didn't list as much stuff, so I didn't sell as much. And here we go. Okay, so I got this genuine Cell Pal, or genuine leather Cell Pal Seal City holster. I've been doing really well with holsters lately. I've been selling on eBay for about 6 years, and I never really messed with holsters, but the last couple months I've been picking them up, and I'm realizing that people underprice them a lot. They sell them for like $1 to like $5 or $10. Some holsters sell for a lot. So a couple weeks ago, I actually sold a holster for $180. This one only sold for $25, but I got it in a box full of other stuff, and the price for this was only about $1. So holsters are constantly underpriced, so I would consider these a bolo. I only made $25 on it, but it cost me about $1, and I find them all over the place. Next, we got this guy, and this is the third one of these I've found. So this is now I now consider this a bolo. This is Anakin Skywalker. It's a vintage Star Wars figure, LFL 1985. Now, a lot of these vintage Star Wars figures they're not really worth selling by themselves unless they have their accessories. If they have like their guns and their jackets and stuff like that, then they'll be worth selling by themselves. But a lot of the time, if they don't have their accessories, they're only worth maybe $10 or something like that. So it's usually better to lot them together. This is the third time I've found this Anakin in the wild, and he sells from anywhere from $20 to $25. He is complete as is, because originally in his package he had no accessories. So this guy, I only got $20 for him, because probably the main reason he went for less than $25 is because he had this writing on the bottom. I tried to get $25 for him. Nobody really wanted him for that price. So I think it was about 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. I had a sale, and he was in that sale 15% off. Went for about $20, I think. And marker just sucks on plastic. It's either very difficult to get out or just completely impossible to get out. So, yeah, keep an eye open for Anakin Skywalker. He does not come with any accessories. This is a complete action figure right here. Next, we got this old Hong Kong. I think it's Hong Kong. Let's take a look. Smokey the Bear. Smokey Bear, made by Dakin in 1974, San Francisco. Product of Hong Kong. Always keep your eye open for anything made in Hong Kong. It might not be worth a ton of money, but I mean, that usually means it's old, because they don't make this kind of stuff anymore in Hong Kong, and it could definitely be worth a couple bucks. So this guy only sold for $15. If I wanted to, I could have waited and sold him for $25. I listed him for $25, and it had a lot of... He had a lot of views, actually. I think he had like 80 views or something like that, with a couple watchers. This is a squeaky toy. And he just didn't sell. So if something doesn't sell in a month, then I just relist it for a price I know it absolutely will sell for, because I refuse to hold on to stuff. I live in an RV at a flea market. I'm a flea market caretaker, and I just don't have room to hold on to stuff. And I don't know, I don't like the feeling of holding on to something. I'm not running a museum here. I'm trying to get stuff sold. So he didn't sell for $25 in the first month. Marked him down to $15. Sold within like a day. So I probably could have got $20 for him. But when something doesn't sell, I just get rid of it. I don't give it away, but I do mark it down significantly enough so that I know it is going to sell. Next, we sold these really cool 1966 Peanuts characters. We got Lucy, Linus, Schroeder, and Charlie Brown. Now, these are not in super good condition, and they are missing some accessories. I don't remember what accessories these all had. I know Charlie Brown had a hat. I don't know what he had. I think he might have had a hat also. I don't remember exactly. I can't remember what accessories they're missing. In really good condition, with their accessories, you could probably get $30 or $40 a piece on these. These are really worn, though. You can see, like it's all faded and dirty and stuff. And like her head is smushed. That's a significant thing. And you can see like his head is kind of smushed down. And these are things that you have to point out to anybody who is buying your stuff. So I knew that I didn't want these sitting around, and I know there was a lot of the 4 of them up for like $75. I knew that $75 one was probably going to sell in a month or something like that, so I just put these up for $60. The one that was up for $75 was in better condition than mine. A lot, I think it was in a lot better condition than mine. So I just put these up for $60, and they sold within a few days. These are pocket dolls, made in Hong Kong. Like I was saying, keep an eye out for anything made in Hong Kong. And this one was missing the tag. The tag for these is actually on the clothing. There is a marking on the back as well. And one really interesting thing about these is how white they are. They're not like tan color. They're literally like off of the pages. Except their clothing is colored, but like their body is like right off of the black and white funny pages. And the back, it says United Feature Syndicate, made in Hong Kong. A lot of those big name comic book characters, they've been so mass produced that a lot of their figures are not worth a bunch of money. So you'll see a lot of Peanut stuff, a lot of Garfield stuff, a lot of that kind of old comic book strip or comic strips type stuff that was just super mass produced and is not really worth reselling. This is like 1966, and if you're going back into the 60s, definitely do some research on it because it could be worth some money. Yeah, $60. Keep your eye open for 60s stuff all the time. Next, we got this really cool Erling Craig troll doll. Now, this is a really rare brand, and it's spelled E-R-L-I-N-G. That's Erling Craig, K-R-A-G-E. And the complicated thing about these is the doll itself does not have the maker's mark on it. You can see it just has number and R on it, and then it has a name right here. I don't think all of them have names, but there's a couple other brands that make similar dolls, and people get this confused for some other brands. There is another brand called Heico, which is H-E-I-C-O, which makes similar dolls, but Heico is made in Germany, and this Erling Craig is made in, I want to say Sweden or Denmark. It's Norway. This is made in Norway. If you see something that looks like a troll doll and you think it might be a Heico, or you think it might be a dam or something like that, but you can't see any name on it, it very well may be an Erling Craig, or just a Craig. Now, I sold this doll for $48, free shipping. I thought I was going to be able to get about $60 for it, but it didn't sell for close to a month, and I marked down a bunch of stuff. This was in there. I think it was like a $10 or $15 markdown, and it sold for $48. Next, we got this awesome lot of Betamax tapes. If you don't know what Betamax tapes are, they're very similar to VHS tapes, and that's all I'm going into right now. Now, I've talked about these in previous videos. I actually picked up a lot of like 6,000 or 7,000 of these from somebody who just wanted them gone, and I paid $50 for the entire lot. It took me 3 van loads, 3 trips to move the whole lot of them. And I've been selling them in all sorts of different lots. So I've been selling them in lots of just 50 random tapes. Now, I sold this lot of random tapes for $120. I'm going to go over a couple quick things to look for when you're looking at this kind of recorded media. These were all recorded off of TV. So whoever was into doing whoever recorded this was just like recording everything off of TV. They recorded shows, they recorded movies, they recorded cartoons, they recorded documentaries, everything. Sports. I mean, there's some old, really cool like Mike Tyson fights and stuff like that, and there's a lot of that stuff that was never remade onto DVD. So yeah, if you want to know more about it, watch some of my earlier videos, and I'm going to make a video on just buying and selling this kind of recorded media in the future. So yeah, it wasn't too good of a weekend, but you know, the good thing about this is I don't have much to ship. It's only going to take me a few minutes, and then I'll just be getting back to listing. This week I'm going to be listing like crazy. I am at a little over $3,500 sold for the last 31 days, and I'm going to hopefully hit $4,000 sold in the last 31 days by the end of this month. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Freebooter out. Peace.